Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. So for today's video, I had an entire script written out. I was going to talk about rookies and Evan Mobley, Scotty Barnes, Cade Cunningham, Jalen Green, all those guys. But I had to put that aside because the Philadelphia 76ers, in my mind at least, have found themselves their new Allen Iverson. And that's not me disrespecting Allen Iverson. He's one of my favorite players of all time. Pound for pound, I would say the greatest player of all time. Like I said, man, pound for pound. But we all know we got to talk about Tyrese Maxey. This kid is literally insane. I remember last season, like Sixer fans, because anytime there was any sort of trade rumor, Tyrese Maxey would sometimes get tossed in as like a filler player, and Sixer fans were like, no, man, hell no, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that, man. And yeah, you guys were definitely right about that. So before we get going on today's video and talking about the Sixers and Maxey and the future and expectations, if you guys don't mind leaving a like. Now, obviously, this is some new type of content here on my channel. A lot of you guys have been giving me positive feedback saying you've really been enjoying these type of videos. But this is like, for me, essentially restarting YouTube because I have this whole new like thing that I want to do with these talk videos, but I got to grow the subscriber base. So please hit subscribe, please comment for the YouTube algorithm, all that good stuff, man. You know, the Crispy crew, you guys always got my back, so I do appreciate you guys so much, man. Okay, so where do we even start with the 76ers? I think really before we start talking about Tyrese and all of them, we got to talk about the current situation. So as of right now, the recording of this video, the 76ers are on a bit of a losing streak. I believe like a 4-game losing streak. Now, a big, huge part of that is, for one, Joel Embiid has not been playing. He's been in, I believe, health and safety protocol. Tobias Harris has also missed some time. So it's like, that's like an MVP caliber player and an all-star caliber player. Like, anybody's going to be bad because of that. So if you're a Sixer fan, I wouldn't be like too concerned about what's going on there. But what that does do is it creates opportunity for other players. It, you know, allows other guys to go out there, step up, and do their thing, man. And then once, you know, the star players come back, yes, there will probably be an adjustment period of kind of like, you know, Tyrese Maxey might not be able to take as many shots, you know, if Tobias and Joel Embiid are both out there. But, you know, at least you know that's somebody you can rely on in a given circumstance, right? So Tyrese Maxey, a.k.a. Tyrese Iverson, as I like to call him, man, last 3 games, 29 points. 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 59% field goal efficiency, 50% from 3, and has not missed a bitch-ass free throw. And I love his game. I love his game, man. Like, I like just watching him play, because that's what I always love about Iverson. Like, Iverson was always one of the smaller guys on the court, but play with the biggest heart. And Tyrese Maxey, there's so many similarities there, just like him attacking the basket, drawing fouls, you know, man, knock down the big shots. And Iverson maybe wasn't always the most, like, efficient shooter, but, you know, when he got hot, there was no stopping him, man. Same with Tyrese Maxey. When this kid gets going, there is no stopping him whatsoever. He's only 20 years old, too, man. So, what I've seen with Tyrese Maxey, and what I'm excited for about the future of the Sixers team, is, you know, in the offseason, there were so many talks about, oh, we got to trade, you know, we got to trade for Damian Lillard, or, man, we got to make a move on CP3 over the course of the past few seasons, stuff like that, man. But the way Tyrese plays is literally the perfect point guard next to Joel Embiid. Creates his own offense, can create for other, maybe not the strength of his game, but I would say that Tyrese is definitely more of a, you know, scoring type of guard. But that's what they need, man. They need someone that's not afraid to take the big shots in the big moment, and that was kind of the downfall of Ben Simmons, right? So, yeah, Tyrese Maxey, do not trade him. You need to keep him on the team. It's funny, too, because him and Ben Simmons actually both have the same agent and everything. But, okay. So, Tyrese is balling out. How's the rest of the team doing? It's pretty damn good, man. It's pretty damn good. You know, Andre Drummond's been taking over for Joel Embiid. I don't think there's been any, like, big surprises with that replacement, you know, a temporary replacement with Joel Embiid being out. Because, you know, Andre Drummond, we know, is capable of putting up really good numbers. Like, he's done that in Detroit for years. Did it in Cleveland for a little bit in the Los Angeles Lakers. But we also know that those type of numbers, while they're exciting to see, like, oh, man, Drummond's got 20 rebounds and 18 points today, it doesn't really lead to W's. Not a huge deal in this case. Like, I will say I love Drummond as a backup center. I do not like him as a starting center. So, you know, he's been a fine replacement with Joel Embiid being out, but obviously it's not bleeding the W's. But, yeah, still value-wise, like, you can't beat Andre Drummond as, like, a backup center. Like, that's really good to have, right, man? So, yeah, he's been putting up nice numbers, but just not really leading to wins and everything like that. But I was taking, like, a really close look at this team because I'm like, okay, because obviously what's the elephant in the room? You all still got Ben Simmons. Now, in the ideal circumstance, Ben Simmons would buy into the system. Philadelphia would welcome back with open arms. You put him as small forward, not point guard, man. I like him as a small forward now, especially play, with a Tyrese, Seth Curry backcourt, Tobias and Joel Embiid. You can still run the ball through Ben Simmons. But, because right now the 76ers, they're like first as far as offensive rating. They're like close to the bottom of the NBA in defense, right? I think they're like 26 or something like that. They're actually last place in pace. That's crazy. Like first place offensive efficiency, last place in pace. That just seems like completely backwards for what the NBA's actually been. But, they slow things down and they get good high efficient shots. I mean, you look at Tyrese Maxey's field goal efficiency that kind of represents that. Drummond's always been pretty good on Drummond can usually be hit or miss on the inside depending on the game, right, man? But, yeah, so, ideally it's like, Ben Simmons fits in, increases the pace, brings some defense. As far as offensive fit, I mean, he's still not going to space the floor, but right now they got like Danny Green at small forward. Danny Green's fine. I would say at this point, okay, with Ben Simmons, there is no real rush to trade him at the moment. There really isn't. Because, yeah, you could toss him into a trade just to, get something back. But at that point, it's like the chemistry's already, shaken up. It's like, I don't know, man. Like keeping Ben Simmons is not going to make things worse. It's like it's already as bad as it got from, a chemistry standpoint. So, what they're looking to do, though, is, you can wait till the trade deadline, kind of see what's going on with the team, what you guys exactly need. Because I look at the roster right now, I don't really see much they need to really improve on. But obviously over the course of a season, injuries happen and guys cool off. So by the trade deadline, not only will you have a better idea of what the team kind of needs as a final piece to essentially win a championship. That's the goal, assuming everybody stays healthy. But also you get to that point too where teams become a little bit more desperate. Maybe you have a Boston Celtics team that's like, ooh, we could be like a Ben Simmons away from doing some big time things. Or maybe you have the Denver Nuggets where it's like Jamal Murray, we don't know when he's gonna be back, man. Like Ben Simmons could be a nice little replacement for now at least. And you can just kind of up his trade value by playing into the desperation of the other NBA franchises, right, man? So what we're gonna do real quick here is I do have an updated thing. It's basically just 3 new Ben Simmons trades, and we're going to see if these could actually benefit, Tyrese Maxey, Joel Embiid, and the Philadelphia 76ers, or if it's just to the point where, okay, we'll just wait till the end of the season. We don't need any of these guys. I will say if there's maybe 2 things I would improve on the team, okay? I would say you could do better than Danny Green. Danny Green's fine. Good role player, plays defense for the most part. Cannot, shoots 40% from 3. We all know too, towards the end of the season playoff time, he can kind of slow down. The defense kind of slow down a little bit. So, maybe a small forward would be fine. I also wouldn't be totally against them going for another shooting guard type. Now, don't get me wrong, man. Seth Curry's been amazing. He's been a 16-point per game scorer this season. But also he's 32 years of age and he'll be fine. I just wouldn't mind a little bit. I don't know, if you can get like another consistent score and use Curry either as a starter or even like a six man off the bench as a scorer, like just little things like that. Like you're not going to become like a worse team if you get like a new shooting guard and Seth Curry comes off the bench. Like that's not going to make you a worse team. It's going to make you a better team. So only if the trade's right, man. But you don't want to trade for like a worse player and start that guy over Seth Curry, if that makes sense. So yeah, we have 3 trades here that I just kind of want to go through real quick here. Upgrade or updated Ben Simmons trades. So this one right here it's all from Bleacher Report, by the way. These are not trades I made up myself. This is the trade of the Dallas Mavericks, CJ McCollum, I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't know what this is. Okay, so I could not find updated Ben Simmons trades, but actually what I was looking at, I thought was Ben Simmons originally, and they all kind of looked like just decent trades. So I guess we can still talk about them. The first one that I really liked that kind of caught my eye was I still think a CJ McCollum type of thing would be pretty beneficial for both sides, because Ben Simmons goes over to the Portland Trailblazers. At that point, he is like new Draymond Green. That's not disrespect to either one of those guys. I just feel like their styles are similar as far as, what some of their weaknesses and strengths are. So yeah, man, you get CJ McCollum. He's that 20-point per game scorer that we were just talking about, and just gives you some more scoring insurance right there. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, so I like that a lot. But then obviously there's been some rumors about like maybe like a Jeremy Grant type of thing. So yeah, like Jeremy Grant, Ben Simmons type of swap with probably some other pieces involved. As a Detroit Piston fan, I mean, I realize that Jeremy Grant's going to be on an expiring deal next year and everything like that. He's going to get a larger contract, more than $20 million. So, wouldn't totally be against it, like if Ben Simmons was utilized correctly, especially because like Killian Hayes is shooting the 3 ball really good now. So, you could run him at the small forward spot and have like Killian Hayes and Cade on the, perimeter and stuff like that. That'd be kind of interesting. So that's not too bad. And I don't know, man, I still kind of like maybe like the idea of Maybe something with Kristaps Porzingis, I guess, because, we get Joel Embiid and Kristaps, like 2 7-footers. That's going to be crazy. But at the same time, too, I can see where Sixers fans would not want that because, for one, we know that Kristaps wants, like, a more elevated role. But also at the same time, too, like, Kristaps also is kind of Ben Simmons-ish in the sense of does not always come up in the biggest moments, right, man? So I could see that kind of being a downfall real quick. And you put Tobias at the 3 spot and everything. So you get better offensively, but that's not really what the team needs. They need, like, defense and stuff like that. So I still think the ideal situation is Ben Simmons buys in, plays small forward, plays defense, makes plays for others, and doesn't worry too much about his jump shot. But that's not going to happen at this point, man. So, yeah, you guys let me know in the comment section below, especially if you're a Philly fan. At this point, like, because I know the 76ers, as far as their hot start to the season, it kind of surprised a lot of people. I think a lot of people thought that by not having Ben Simmons and the chemistry woes, it was really going to affect a lot of things. But they seem to not care, man. They seem to, Philly fans, they see Tyrese Maxey, and they're just like, Ben Simmons who, right, man? But I'm very curious from you guys in the comment section below. Give me your best Ben Simmons trade. I want to know what your updated thing is. Like, what do you think the Sixers team needs? Or maybe they just trade him for draft picks. Well, you can't really do that with a salary, so... It's interesting, man. I don't really know. I still don't know how this is all going to play out. But hopefully you guys all enjoyed this video. Loving what Tyrese Maxey is doing over there. I can't wait till Joel Embiid is good and ready to go again because, I mean, come on, man. That's the top 2 center in the NBA. So that's all we got, guys. Be sure to drop that like. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Please do it. And like, man. So, we can grow this. And maybe I'll get some bitch-ass pictures up here sometime. I don't really know. But kind of like just keeping it kind of clean like this too, man. Love this wall. It's such a beautiful wall, man. Great colors. Detroit basketball. And it's technically Sixer colors, too. But, all right, that's all we got. I got to stop talking. Peace out, guys.